and integrate our sales and marketing department with another system, and we cannot go and have a different ERP system. It's happening today. Because it is, everybody wants to jump into this technology boat, but maybe we're jumping a little bit too fast. My warning is take a step back and look at your business overall, and I see some people shaking their heads. It is a problem today, because if we have all these technologies independently, and they cannot talk to each other, we have not achieved much. We spend a lot of money though, that's for sure. Also, in terms of consideration, we will have challenges. And we have challenges that we will face in terms of us understanding technology and the people and the environment. We don't have enough time today to go through all of this, but I would like to give you a snapshot of technology and a snapshot of people and the possible challenges that we need to take into consideration. Technology, the first one. We need to invest in understanding technology. It's easy to say, very difficult to achieve. We need to invest on understanding technology before we even go to designing systems. Before we go on introducing this technology in our companies. Before we're using technology to change the way we do our business today. We also need to understand the limitations we have as a nation, as a country, physical limitations. Do we have access to internet? Do we have access to electricity? Do we have access to basic needs for getting technology to work for you? What is technology is data. What is data is information you collect in real time. And you are utilizing in real time. If we are collecting information which we are not utilizing in real time, this is not technology anymore. This is history. And history is very difficult to change history to affect the future. But we can change today to affect the future. Hence, we're understanding what is available to us, what we can do within the geography we are in is very important. People. Let's not avoid the elephant of the room, okay, in the room. And when we are talking about technology, innovation, applying smart artificial intelligence, the first thing that comes to mind is people. What happens to the people? So yes, the technology is going to affect the people socially. It's going to affect us as managers. We have to change the way we manage people, and it's going to affect our workers. Socially, why? Because it will change the way the people are living. Good example again, the beautiful software, we saw this example today. We asked the housewife not to go to the market anymore. We asked the housewife to use a mobile phone to buy chicken. How does she feel? Some of them will feel very good, the young generation, but my grandmother is not going to be very happy. Right? What are you telling me? You want me to use it? Right? So we have to make sure that when we are adopting technology, first, we educate. Secondly, we give enough time and the choice to the consumers to choose to adopt or not, or cater to both. This is extremely important. It's our social responsibility as industry to make sure that all the generations during this transition, because now this is a transition period. After 10 years, I think down the road, we are going to be talking about different things. This is not going to be a concern anymore, but today it is. And it's our social responsibility as industry to make sure we are catered to all the consumers. It's scary, you know, when we talk about technology, the first thing that our workers are going to think, the general population is going to think, I'm going to be out of job. Well, yes, you are going to be out of job. But it has been proven many times. And over the years, that technology will bring new jobs in. New jobs to replace the jobs are lost. But it's going to be of a different skill set. And this is another thing we need to understand as leaders of the industry, as CEOs, as entrepreneurs, that it's our responsibility to make sure that all this workforce that is going to get displaced because of the technology you are going to start using is trained and is coached to pick up new skills in order for them to do their work. order for them to survive as human beings, in order for them to feel part of the society. And it's not something that it may or may not happen. It's happening. If we compare here countries like Australia, for example, and I just picked Australia for no reason. It's the one that popped up first, where it shows that especially people in the agriculture are losing their jobs, where people in services are gaining more demand. The same is happening in India. And you can see the graph up there. I think the presentation will be available to you. But today in India, we have nearly 500 million of people working in agriculture. The estimate is that in 20 years from today, 50% of these people are going to lose their jobs. Right? This is the estimate. So it may not be 50, it may be 30. It's our responsibility as industry to make sure that we understand what is happening in the future in order for us to help these people that are about to lose their jobs to find a different career, to coach them into a different career, right? Because no more we are going to need the worker to go and cut the rice and cut the corn. We are going to have the drone to do that. So what is that person going to do? Okay. Lastly, the way we change as people, as industry, as businesses, is a lot slower than the rate of change in the technology side. Okay? Technology is changing daily. It takes us longer than that to change. So we have to be aware of that, and we have to stay on top of this. We have to make sure that as CEOs, we are awake at night wondering, what technology should I be looking at today, which is going to affect my business tomorrow? What should I be doing among my workers in order to stay relevant in my company? So I don't need to go and fire them tomorrow when I launch a new system. All of this is the concerns that the CEO needs to have today. Going back the days that the CEO was concerned about how many tons of feed we're going to make, what kind of genetics are we going to use in our industry. Today a CEO is thinking, what technology should I be deploying? And it is reality. If we go around and ask most of the CEOs today worldwide, you will see that the majority of them, this is what they are thinking about. And great news because it's only us that can actually affect the way we are going forward. In summary, guys, it's going to be very, very difficult to predict accurately what technology will be relevant tomorrow. So spend money wisely, right? But we need to go into the boat. We cannot stay behind the boat. We should not be scared because we do not know which technology will be relevant tomorrow. We should be on the boat and using technology and adopting as fast as possible with it. At the same time, we need to understand that machines are going to take over what we do today. Right? Maybe next year when we have a plasma meeting, I will not be here as a person, I will be here as a hologram. Right? That would be great, right? Hey, but this is going to happen. This is happening, so we need to accept it, we need to understand it, and above all, we need to use our companies to learn how to use this. We are not very far from this, and this is my prediction for you. Food for thought, right? We will be irrelevant in the production of eggs and meat in the world. I think the chicken, the egg, will be talking directly, the consumer will be talking directly with the chicken in the future. We will be in the middle to facilitate this. And I don't believe we are very far from that. So this is for our industry. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Great pleasure to be part of this industry. I've been part of this industry for the last 25 years. Great friends here. Appreciate everything, all your support. Good to be here always in India. I love what you are doing as industry. I loved our new generation this morning. What a fantastic, it was a refreshing experience to hear from our young generation why they came to the industry, but importantly, what do they do to help the industry go forward. So thank you again, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anil. Very, very interesting presentation. Talked about technology, talked about people, talked about innovation, and how technology is likely to revolutionize our business. Very important. But remember, you are the boss. Technology is your servant. Don't allow technology to enslave you. Technology is important. Technology is critical. You need to adopt technology. You need to use technology. You need to exploit technology. But don't become technology's slave. You are the master. And use technology as your servant. And that's the secret of success. And that's why we should not fear technology. There are a lot of people who are afraid of adopting technology. Don't be afraid. So long as you have the courage of conviction that you are the boss, you are the master, use technology as a servant to improve your efficiency. Thank you very much. I think very, very interesting presentation. I'm now going to invite our young friend Anil Sivadas, President, Adventure Technologies. I have actually a lot more comments to make on his presentation, share some thought, but I'll reserve all that towards the end.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I know it's been a couple of long days, and today is probably today's afternoon, and we've had a nice meal, and so I know that the time is probably not this, but I hope that in the next 15 minutes I'm able to lighten up some things and keep the trend going. So my topic is innovation and road to stress-free entrepreneurship. Now there are a lot of business owners here, and we are all working in the corporate sector, and all of us see a lot of business stress right now. Stress brings things to a grinding halt. Yeah? Now, on the other side, people talk about innovation. So, as business owners, as corporate executives, we are supposed to innovate. Yeah? Now, one of the biggest dilemmas which people go through is, where do you innovate? Yeah? So, every day in the evening, when you watch today, at least in this year, this century, you hear about innovation. And people tell us, please innovate. Either as a corporate executive or as a business owner, we are all asked to innovate. Now, where do you innovate? Yeah, that's a dilemma which you hear time in, time out, within the business life. So, the line of thought that I'm trying to give a glimpse on here is, when you look around within your own organization, you will see chances to innovate. Where do you get it out of? Once you start watching the stress lines within the organization, that's when you say, okay, this stress line can I innovate and then fix it. Or when you walk around and see stress in business outside your organization, those are the areas where you need to bring innovation. So really there is no point in saying, okay, I'm making automobiles, let me start innovating and start making spacecrafts. Yeah? You really look at within your organization or within other organizations of similar nature outside, and then you see how can you innovate and bring your stress lines down. Yeah? So the topic is there is innovation and then road to stress-free entrepreneurship. Yeah? So now. So I have a small video to play, and a day in entrepreneurs or business owners' life. Right? Now, we all go through this, and I've been in the corporate sector probably for maybe 20, 25 years, and we all see this as a everyday action. So there is a certain kind of stress that drives up in an entrepreneur or in any business executive, and so this is the place for us to innovate. Right? We don't have to build a spacecraft outside. We innovate inside our organization. So if you see, the video, systems get broken, growth and profits not proportional to effort. You will have poor say-do ratios. Now, an Australian entrepreneur once told me, say-do ratio. He measures say-do ratio. So what is say-do ratio? I say, I do. Yeah? And in most of the organizations, you will see people saying more than doing and doing less. So you would have strategies seldom turning to reality. So beginning of the year with big strategy meeting, you have a business plan, you're ready, okay, 20% growth, this, and all of that. End of the year, midway you ask, it comes to 10%, then it comes to 5%, then 3%, and ends at maybe, whatever percent. Right? You would have business visibility, and time spent on fixing problems. So a lot of companies, spend a lot of time on fixing problems. So where is the time to innovate? And how are you going to innovate? What is it that you're looking at for innovation? You have no time to strategize. A lot of employees, and you say, are followers, right? So brings in a lot of stress into the organization. Now, my question is, how do we turn this stress into opportunity? Because you have stress inside your organization, and that is the place where you need to innovate. So the concept I'm trying to bring out here is, there are about a few stress lines which generally operate within a company. So you will have strategy stress lines, you will have cash related stress lines, you will have execution related stress lines, there is process related stress lines, there is people related stress lines, and then there is the data related stress lines. So you have these 6 stress lines which generally stay inside one of these organizations. So every organization has it. So as a business executive or an entrepreneur, when you look in your hand, right, you see these lines. So you have these 6 stress lines inside the organization. Now, in some cases, some would be higher, some would be less. So, somebody may have a high strategy stress line, somebody may have a high people stress line. When you look outside, you will start seeing that this industry has got a huge cash stress line. So, in your innovation thought process, what one would do is you look inside the organization and see, can I innovate around this stress line? So that if I can fix this problem, the company can grow. Or when I look outside and say that within my industry, I think there is the big cash stress line. Can I innovate in that area? And then that becomes a business, and then I move forward on it. So, tracing strategy stress lines, there could be within a company, it could be that there is no strategy, there is moving strategy, means you had a strategy, but then that strategy keeps moving. So every day morning the boss has a different strategy. So he's gone for a summit somewhere in Goa or maybe Mumbai, and then he comes back on Monday morning and he's got a new strategy, right? So because he's heard something and the boss has a new strategy. And then the management team says, okay, this guy is gone on a weekend trip and he's come back with a new strategy. It could be old is gold strategy. It means, the strategy was built many years back. And then, you keep that sacrosanct through the years, changing times. There could be multiple strategies. Means, that could be father strategy, son strategy, daughter-in-law strategy. There's different kinds of strategies which get blended into the company. There could be unclear strategy. Means you'll have a strategy, but the employees and the leadership team is not clear about what the strategy is. So you could have uncommunicated strategy, which means that the strategy is there, but it's never communicated. So if suppose you find a strategy stress line within your organization or within your peer organization, that's really the place where you know that you need innovation. So some of the examples of, let's say, so this is a company, it's an American company. So Wild Birds United, Unlimited. So it's a very interesting story. They were selling bird feed. So I'm sure you relate to that. So this is a small store selling bird feed. And what happened was Costco came next to them, which was selling huge amounts of bird feed at half the price. So this company suddenly became bankrupt, right? And because it was selling for, let's say, $5, somebody is selling for $2.50, so same bird feed, it's gone. So there was a clear need for a strategy change for that company. So way in which they innovated was they found who's the person who's coming to buy the feed. So it was an old lady who was going to the park, and then she's taking that bird feed and she's going to the park and feeds the bird and comes back. She goes for a walk and comes back. So they think that for that old lady, a few dollars is not very important. So what they change their business model to, they go and set up small shops near the park, and then they say, you pay me $100 for the year, and I will come and you come to my shop in the evening every day. I'll give you a little, like a little cow with bird feed, and you take that and then go and feed the birds, and then you go. So in $100, every day the lady comes to the shop and then picks up that little, packet and goes goes for a walk, feeds the birds, and then goes back home. So for her, the advantage is she doesn't have to carry this big, 5-kilo pack from Costco back home, and then from home she doesn't have to take this thing and come to the park, and so it's a convenience that was brought out, and for that she doesn't mind paying double. So what this Wild Birds Unlimited did was they increased the price and reduced the quantity and delivered that convenience directly to the consumer. So with that, he found that Costco was no longer a threat. Yeah? So there was a strategy stress line in in her business, her little business. So she figured that that was an opportunity. Rather than closing the business at that point of time, which is what most of the companies in India do, she found an opportunity within the strategy stress line and built that business and then kept duplicating